Notts County talk. It feels weird watching a game on a stream again, George, but it's finished. Boston United won, Notts County 3 in a very decent run out in pre-season. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was another preseason game where there's a lot to take from it. I think a lot of players have shown us a lot of different things, especially Honda Mark. I thought he played quite well tonight. And Kaba Sheriff played a little bit better in that more advanced role. Just all around, I think quite happy. You know, Boston aren't like obviously it's pre-season, but they're not like an easy side to just roll over the way we did. And the goal that we conceded late on was just a sloppy pass, wasn't it? So there's not too much to be taken from that, I don't think. So yeah, I'm quite happy really with the performance. It looks like the patterns of play that we're talking about quite a lot in post-match interviews are coming together nicely. So it's good to see that sort of progression through a pre-season, and long may it continue.
Yeah, I think the reason they got the goal is I think things just changed up too much towards the end. As they do in pre-season, you're not going to get a consistent game, and you've got McCrory coming on. If I'm right, you've got Kelly Evans, and you've got McKenzie, the lad, might have that wrong, from the academy. But all in all, I thought very, very good. I thought, like you say, they're not an easy side to beat. They are further advanced in their pre-season. They're only a league below. I guarantee if you put them in the National League, there would be a fair few teams. There would be a fair few teams. They will cause problems for teams like Weymouth, of that caliber. Definitely would. So they've got some good players. First thing I want to pick out then is Andre Wright, obviously. We tweeted before the game about how he's got to improve and Birchall's seen something in him. Today, spot on, wasn't it? Spot on.
Yeah, really good. Really improved game from him today. From what I've heard anyway. I didn't really see him at Telford, but yeah, it's interesting to see if he's going to be the striker that we end up signing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something telling that he's there still as a trialist and Bennett isn't. I think whilst Bennett looked okay, obviously scored a good goal. He's obviously not done it in training. And at the same time, we brought in Namane from Torquay, and that spelled the end for Bennett. Really, I mean, I think there's a lot more potential in him, and the way Notts are doing the model, he's selling a player of potential over an aging player that's only really going to get worse. Going back to what he said about the midfield, Honda Mark and Kaba Sheriff, it's interesting because I don't think they'll sign both. I don't think we'll sign both. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would make sense to sign both unless they're on really low wages, because it's just another couple of players that you've got to keep relatively happy and in rotation in it. So it makes the selection a bit more difficult, I think, for Birchnell. Both players, I feel, from what I've seen, obviously, like I said, I've missed the Telford game, gave quite a good, gave a good quite view of themselves. I think they've both been quite good. That's it really. I mean, if I was to choose one over the other, me personally, I don't think many would agree with me, but I'd choose Kaba Sheriff. I think he's just got that level of physicality about him that I quite like. And seeing him a little bit further up the pitch, I'd like to see that as well, because he's a strong player and he has that presence, doesn't he?
I prefer Honda Mark, to be fair. I thought Kaba Sheriff the first 20 minutes was really poor tonight. He was playing in front of the back four or the back three. It just didn't work, back five, whatever. Didn't work. More advanced, a lot better, like you say. Some decent balls into the box. I think Honda Mark, for me, just edges it. Like you said, I don't think we're getting both. When you've got, I want to talk about midfield, so it takes me nicely onto it. Jim O'Brien, this season, he's the man for me that adds that experience. Fantastic. Was underused last season until Birchnell came. Getting 30 odd games this season, definitely. We've got him. We've got Vincent. I'm not sure we've seen much of at all, if anything. Palmer and Francis. Add one more to that. You've got a very strong midfield five, haven't you?
So exactly.
That's impressive. Other people that impressed me, Carl Cameron, very, very good. A leader on the pitch, shouting at the officials in pre-season, shows what he wants. Sam Slocum saving a one-on-one first half. Bit shaky when they hit the crossbar, but all in all, Slocum, very, very good again. Always will be, always is. Very good for this level. I know we'll go on the strikers. There's someone that you're quite fond of. It's Eli Sam.
What a finish.
Yeah, it was good.
Beautiful finish. Yeah, I think given a good pre-season under Birchnell and maybe going in Bertrand's favour a little bit more. You know, playing a little bit more, getting in amongst the first team squad a little bit more. I think we could see a bit of a special player because he just needs to adapt small bits of his game because we know he's a good player and he's got that moment of brilliance in him, but he also has that moment of, you know, why did you not just do that? It was really simple. But I think if he can change that about his game, we'd have a really good player in our hands. So it's good to see him get a goal, I think, and a lovely goal at that.
Yeah, spot on what you're saying. He can score the goal like the Puskás contender or the one against Wealdstone at home where he makes the play and puts it in. Or I forget the game it's out, or he can lose the ball in the centre midfield and we conceded from that. So he needs to be more consistent.
Yeah.
Quick yes or no. We'll talk about this in a later video. Do we need another striker?
Well, I suppose.
Do we need Andre Wright?
I'd take him 100%, especially with Knight pulling his hamstring a little bit. That's a little bit, you know, frightening, isn't it? So yeah, no, I can't see why not. And you know, Bertrand said that he wants another striker, so it would sort of make sense, wouldn't it? Because if he's a trialist, I can't really see him having. And you know, when you look at his sort of career path, the teams he's played for, he's not really been prolific at any team. I don't think he's played more than, off the top of my head, 25 games for any team that he's played for. So he's not going to be a player on big wages. So I can't really see it being much of an issue to sign him. It's fairly low risk, isn't it? Yeah,
you literally disregarded where I said yes or no, and you just made me look silly there. But there we go. You've touched on Knight. Really good for Knight. I think this season he's going to be a good player. He's got pace. They alluded to it when they saw him play for Bradford Park Avenue last season. The Boston commentators on stream. He's a very, very quick player. He is. He's a quick player, and I feel like he just needs a good run. What I would take from this is overall in this National League campaign, we're going into our third season. No pre-season for me has seemed as positive as this. Very flowing, very good. Even last season, no bumps in the road. I feel like I'm glad we're sticking with Bertrand wanting to play the same system because it gives time to adapt to it. We look good in it. Only thing missing tonight, obviously, Cal Roberts, very sensibly rested again. You cannot rush him back. We saw it happen against Stockport. And then obviously Ruben Rodriguez. We obviously hope he gets well very soon. And from what Bertrand has said, it seems to be sort of a mild case of COVID that he's got, which we do hope he gets over very soon. All in all, very happy with that. And we go on to Derby, where if Rooney keeps injuring his own players, we could be facing a five-a-side team at this rate. So you've got to go in looking at it. Could be favourites to beat Derby at home. Really could.
Yeah, I mean, we should be, shouldn't we, really?
Really could.
In all honesty.
Yeah. We'll be covering that game as well. If you did go down to the Boston game, leave your comments. I know a couple of hundred went down. And if you did watch it on stream, let us know what you make of the signings, which trial you should take on, and just your general thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.